Hey guys, Muffled here, and today I wanted to create a video predicting the 3 starters that will be used for the upcoming Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends ZA. Hold the phone folks, I'm getting an important news flash from Mr. MandJ. Go ahead MJ. I'm making a complete what of myself? The most embarrassing thing you've ever seen? And now it's worse because I'm repeating everything you say into the microphone? Welp, Mikey beat me to the punchline, so instead of scrapping this video idea, let's double down and jump on this bandwagon. Let's draw regional variants for the 3 starters Mikey brought up in his video: Serperior, Empoleon, and Cinderace. Look, I get Mikey said that he predicted Megas instead of regional variants. However, assuming that the Gen 1 and Gen 3 starters are coming back, there are going to be, at minimum, 2 other sets of starters that you can Mega Evolve. Now, if you haven't already, definitely check out Mikey's video first. If you somehow don't know MandJTV, but you know me, that's kinda shocking. But definitely show Mikey some love, and I wouldn't mind if you hit that subscribe button. Anyway, with that, let's hop right in. Starting off with the grass starter Serperior, I knew I wanted to make a grass dragon type. Typically, you don't see the dragon type used for non-mega starters because it disrupts the type chart. However, looking over the secondary typings I wanted to use for each of the regional variants, I felt I could have made this dragon type work. Now, I chose the dragon type because in French mythology, as well as most Western medieval mythologies, dragons are iconic. In the French mythos and earlier Greek mythos, there is the basilisk, the king of serpents. It makes sense to turn Serperior, an elite and regal snake, into this creature. Anyway, I kinda messed up this artwork, but what I wanted to do was take Serperior's shortened arms and elongate them to match the basilisk's legs, while giving it wings. I used a darker blue shade similar to dragon colors of Pokemon like Druddigon. And this is the final design. Of the 3 designs, I think this was my least favorite, but I definitely would love to rework the concept and improve it in the future. But with that, let's move on. Moving on to Empoleon, the second starter MandJTV mentioned, it was kind of obvious the design I wanted to do. Now, I personally think Primarina had a decent shot at being the water type starter for Legends ZA, but it was obvious why Empoleon makes more sense. Empoleon is the Pokemon equivalent to the French general Napoleon. Both of their names sound the same, and they even have the same height of 5'7". Obviously, if I was to make a regional French variant of Empoleon, I would want to make it more like Napoleon. This is actually the second attempt designing Empoleon. The first design was not great. Regarding Empoleon's type, the obvious types to use were Dark or Fighting, since Napoleon was a military leader. However, we already got a Water Fighting and Water Dark type within the last 2 generations. I decided on Water and Ice as the dual typing because it would give Empoleon offensive type coverage against both Cinderace and Serperior, while not giving Empoleon a resistance to Serperior's grass or dragon moves. I'm going to say right now, I actually made a mistake with the type triangle when working on these forms, but I'll explain it more in the next section. But here's the final design for Empoleon. Now let's move on to the next and final section. The final section of this video will be the design for Cinderace, and ideally this was the hardest of the 3 designs to come up with. Now, in France, they also play soccer like England. However, I wasn't sure if I wanted to focus on that for Cinderace. That being said, I decided instead of redesigning Cinderace's theme, I was going to change the type of rabbit Cinderace was. Specifically, I chose the French Lop Bunny, making Cinderace's ears more downwards and making the design more fluffier. I struggled a bit with the eyes and the fluff, however, I came to find a design I really liked. Also, nearing the end, you'll see that I went for a pink and yellow color scheme, and that's because I wanted to make Cinderace a Fire Fairy type. We haven't had a Fire Fairy type yet, so it would be cool to make Cinderace the first. Now this causes some issues in the type triangle, since now Empoleon and Cinderace both can hit Serperior for super effective damage, while Serperior cannot hit Cinderace with its stab types. Maybe if Serperior was a poison type, it would work a bit better. However, I really love the final design for Cinderace. Probably my favorite design of the 3. So yeah, these are the 3 Pokemon designs I made. I hope you all enjoyed.